I know you didn't take me seriously, my friend. But yes, she did. She said that, Chantal, about hard to be an influencer, you know. And she might say that she says these things tongue in cheek, but actually she doesn't. She believes her own hype. She does. And heaven forbid. That's one of the reasons that, one of the main reasons I dislike what's going on is because that she will be influencing people, and she'll be influencing like young women maybe to travel the long route, the same route as her, um, making fools of themselves on the internet, but more than that, you know, degrading themselves on the internet for money, um, in the way that she does it. It's just vile. And to talk about her having 6, 7 men plus who she's F in. Why is this deemed suitable for the YouTube audience? I just don't understand it. Anyhow, and there's a lot of I've noticed a lot of channels that are having digs at each other. I've noticed 1 or 2 little channels. I've noticed there's a sort of feud, is that the right word, between Garlic Bread and Troll Detective, because Troll Detective asked politely for Garlic Bread to make it clear that they weren't one and the same person. Well, we know that they're not one and the same person. We know who Garlic Bread is, don't we? And he comments, he is a commentator for a sports channel. You know, you only got to hear his voice and you'll know it's him. If I was going to come down on a side, which I wouldn't, I would just say that Garlic Bread's, I don't know how to put this nicely, so I'll just put it. Garlic Bread's does a good impersonation of being a person who is very pleased with themselves and who is a perfectionist and makes no bones about that. Whether I'm right or wrong, I don't know. Anyway, just my opinions. What I wanted to say, my son today is doing, so proud of him. He does it every year with people from work. They do a half marathon, but it's walking, like 13.5 miles or so, in this heat as well. But they started off early, about 6 or 7 o'clock this morning, so they'll be finished now, thankfully, and they'll just have a nice relaxing afternoon and evening. But I'm so proud he does it every year. All my kids do things for the community in addition to holding down full-time jobs and looking after the children. So, I wasn't going to go out today because I've had another accident. If you read my community post I did yesterday, I explain it, sort of. But I'll tell you what, I honestly don't know what's going on with me. I don't know whether it's lack of sleep, not eating properly, grief again over it all, although I'm starting to feel enlightened a little now. But all of these things, and a bit of too much information, but the early hours of the other morning, Tuesday morning, Wednesday morning, whenever it was, I was sitting on the loo, and as I tend to do, I was nodding off. And I must have nodded a bit too deeply, because the next thing I know, a great big thump, and that was my body going into the door jamb. It really made a racket. Anyway, I've cracked something, because I know what fractured bones feel like. I've got enough of them. So I've now got another one. I haven't been to the doctors, haven't been to the hospital, because I know what they'll say is rest up. That's all they will say, and document it. And it will go on my record to be addressed when next I see the orthopaedic surgeon. But it's here. I don't know what you what you call it. It's here. It's here. I went straight into the door, and it's all here under my breast, all the way round. And if I touch it, if I press on it, I just double over. So, you know, it's a case of sitting in this 32-degree heat, although I've been sitting in the garden all week, hence the tan, or get a cab and go out. So, just up to see my friends, so I think that's what I'm going to do. And, oh gosh, I'm going to wear my shoes, because this tunic thing looks silly with flats. So it's not as though I'm going to be walking anywhere. I'll go straight in, sit straight down at a table, and they'll make sure I get into a cab, or even, you know, one of them said, I'll bring you back home and then, you know, carry on to where I'm going. So I'm looked after once I get there, so I'll be okay. Just want to get out for a bit, that's all. So, but what I've been doing, I've been having 2 20-minute sessions in the garden in the morning, from 9:30 onwards, to lunchtime, and then in the afternoon I've had a 20-minute session up until about 3, any time between lunchtime and 3, and then after 4 I've gone and sat out there for a couple of hours, because you still catch some rays, and it's just so nice to sit out there and read my book. It's a bodice ripper. It's that one I recommended to you, Forever Amber. It's more of a bodice ripper than what's going on with Foodie Beauty at the moment. So, anyway, I'll catch you all later. Okay, bye-bye.